Yes, hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today is another day in the life. As you can see, this week, Monday we had a loss, Tuesday we had a loss, Wednesday we had a winning trade, Thursday it was a bank holiday, and then Friday we had something else. So today is more about the recap of the trades that I took for the week, and I'm going to be showing you precisely what I was looking out for and the things that made me do the things that I did that I wasn't supposed to do for this week. Now, for instance, let me show you today's Monday trades. You can see here on Monday, which was on the 24th, I had a loss. Now you can see the market had traded down into this daily fair value gap, but now in this daily fair value gap I had to be looking for higher prices, but just because I don't know, I just found myself looking for lower prices, as you can see. So I took a short somewhere around here because I didn't expect the market like to come back above this level. So I took a short somewhere around here. The market showed some strength going to the downside, as you can see in this 1 hour candle here, but later on it shifted higher and went on and took me out from here. So I took in another trade somewhere around here and I placed my stop loss above this level. Now when the market came up, the spread took me out and then it dropped in this range. So that's how I ended the day on Monday. It ended in a loss, as you can see. These are the two trades that I took on Monday. They all ended in a loss. Okay, so on Tuesday still the same thing happened. You know, there's a difference between trading your mind and then trading what you see in the market. So for me at this point, I think I was trading my mind, you understand. So on Tuesday I took some short, and this time it was I took on both markets. I took a trade on GBP USD and I also took a trade on Euro USD. So on Euro I took a trade somewhere around here, I think just after the market took out this low. So the market took me out, but later on I came back to the charts and the market had retraced back into this range. So as you can see, we dropped back into this range. So it showed that this candle, this down close candle, it held price, it supported price to continue pushing higher. So for me to be looking for lower prices, let's say in this range, I should have waited for the market to at least take out this low for me to start considering taking any shots. But because the market hadn't taken out this low, that means I was supposed to be in buys. As you can see, the market was finding support in this level. So when the market created this shift and retraced back into this range, now this was more about like it was a tug of war. I was kind of like doubting myself. The model was there and everything was there, but I was like, what if this market drops? Because remember, I had already taken some losses in Euro USD and then GBP USD. So, and also this was also contradicting one of my rules where I was supposed to, because like I'm supposed to be taking two trades at least at maximum in a day. That's what I'm supposed to do. Though on Monday I went against that. You can see I took 2 trades and they all went in losses. But you can see this Tuesday I took 2 trades. Fine, they went in losses, but I didn't consider taking the 3rd trade. So as you can see, Euro was a buy. Yeah, I didn't sell Euro, I was buying it. But because of the loss that I had taken in GBP USD, I ended up, because I felt like I was so emotional about the trade. I took it somewhere around here. So later on, like I couldn't say to myself as I was in this way, so I decided to take it off. But later on, you can see the market continue and push it higher. You understand? But it all began from this daily level. So if I traded what I had learned and didn't trade my what I had in my mind, so this was going to be a winning day, a Tuesday. But you can see I took 2 trades, took a sell in GU, ended up in a loss, and then took a buy in AU. But because of that fear that after having that loss, I decided to take it off just to calm myself down. Understand? So on this was a Tuesday. It was also a loss day. So on Wednesday, on Wednesday, the 26th of November, this is when I took another shot on Euro USD. The market had approached some level, which is within this range, this level somewhere around there. So the market had approached this level, and in this level I was kind of like looking for lower prices. So what I did, I dropped into some lower time frames in this range. Where is it? Oh, let me show you. 26th November, yeah. So this is the range. The market approached this level. It was more like a weekly level. So the market went high to this level, created a low, and then created a higher high. But when it created a shifting structure below this short-term low, on a retracement in this candle, this wicked candle, that's where I took in a short, and I was targeting 30 pips, 35 pips on a drop in this for our fair value gap. So I placed my stop and I also placed my TP. So the market just dropped down there and took my TP, and then later on see what happened. This first movement to the upside. You understand? So I didn't trade on Thursday. Yeah, I didn't trade on Thursday, but I took a trade in Euro USD on Friday. But now on Euro USD this Friday we had two things. Two things were likely to happen. So let me first take you to DXY for hour. So in DXY here, within this range, I was looking for lower prices. So when the market dropped and then used this level as a support, that's where I went in short on Euro USD, because in this range I was expecting a buy in DXY. So I went in Euro USD and I took a short somewhere around here. See? So this like went lower and gave over like 30 pips. But if we get back to DXY, within this range here, so within this range I was looking for buys, but after the market took out this high, one of two things was likely to happen: a retracement back into this range and a continuation higher, or maybe a drop taking out this low and a continuation lower. Okay, because you can see the range, you can also see this daily bearish fair value gap that turned into an inversion level. So the market just continued pushing lower after taking out this short-term high. But I had a trade already near USD. I had a trade that I had taken somewhere around here. So this trade had given me over like 30 pips. Remember, it's a Friday, so the market had approached some key level on DXY. You understand? This level here. So this is a key level. So it was from this key level that everything was more likely to happen, but I didn't put it into my consideration. But later on, what happened. You see, because I expected this market to continue pushing higher, at least after I retraced back into this range here. So when it retraced down and then I saw this candle, I was like, this market is likely to continue pushing lower. So that's where I went into this trade and I took out the trade manually. Yeah, the trade was somewhere around there. I took it off manually, but I was risking over like 1.3 pips. Yeah, sorry, something like 12 pips. That's what I was risking. So I managed to take off a half of that before it hit the final stop loss. I took it off at around 0.7. So that's where I took it off from. You can see it also was a loss. Sorry, it's $1. Yeah, $1. I was risking something like 1.3. from this level somewhere around here, but I lost this $1. So all in all, this week it's more like it wasn't really a good week, though we lost some small amount of money. You can see we only lost over like 1.6. But I believe next week is going to be better, because next week I will be expecting bullish prices in foreign currencies, as we can see in DXY. DXY is more likely to continue pushing lower, and we're likely to target these two levels, these relative equal lows here. This is a weekly low if you go and check on a weekly time frame. So the market is likely to continue pushing lower down into these levels. So before we get down there, it's more likely to come back to this range, to about this level. It's more likely to come back up into this level, and then a continuation lower, targeting these lower lows, these relative equal lows down. You understand? So the opposite will be seen in foreign currencies, where we'll be looking for bullish prices, and then euro would be taking in from this, and then this would be likely draw these highs here. There will be a likely draw for next week. That's on euro USD. And also we have these highs here. We have these, and then these. All these levels will be a likely draw. So according to DXY, if this market continues lower and takes out these lower lows, then we're likely to continue to be having like a long-term trend, a long-term trend, and a drop maybe to one of these levels, and a continuation lower. Because if this level gets taken out, we're going to be having something like an ISNT divergence between these markets, the euro, pound, and then the DXY. And then if we get a shift below this low, then the market is likely to continue pushing lower. That's on a long term. I think till next year. Understand? So right now, that's more of what I had for the week. It wasn't that bad, because I got to understand that everything that was coming from me, the things that I did, were all from me. Because like in this range, it was ideal to be looking for long prices within this range, and I was going to be looking for a low somewhere around here, but fear came in, and I started doubting. Understand? So that's what we had for this week. But I think the previous 5 weeks were very good weeks. Were very good. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Just make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go.